Hi there, my name is Jason Perkins. I'm an attorney that specializes in Georgia workers' compensation law. I'd like to welcome you to another episode in my Georgia workers' compensation video series, where I provide you with helpful information about an area in Georgia workers' compensation law. Today, I'm going to speak with you about can and when workers' compensation can stop your weekly workers' compensation checks. But before we get into that, be sure and be on the lookout for my next video in this series about whether you have to go to a functional capacity evaluation, or what's known as an FCE. Now, let's talk about weekly checks. Can workers' compensation stop your weekly checks? Well, they can always stop them by choosing not to pay them. But the question I'm going to address in this video is whether legally they can stop them or not. First, it's going to depend on what type of weekly check you're receiving. There are three different types of weekly checks in Georgia. There are temporary total disability benefits, temporary partial disability benefits, and permanent partial disability benefits. Temporary total and temporary partial disability benefits are wage loss benefits. They're benefits that you're paid when you're out of work because of your injury, or when you're back at work but you're making less money because of your injury. Permanent partial disability benefits are different. They're benefits that pay you for your permanent impairment based on a permanent partial disability rating that your doctor gives you. First, let's talk about those wage loss benefits and when workers' compensation can stop them. Generally, once you're getting these benefits, they should continue until there's a valid reason for the workers' compensation insurance company to stop paying them. They can't just stop them because they feel like it. If they do, you should be able to get those benefits restarted either by talking to them or by going to court and getting a judge to say that they have to be restarted. But there are certain situations where they can stop your benefits. One of them is when the doctor releases you to go back to work at regular duty work without restrictions. If the doctor does that, there's a certain form that the insurance company can file, and a certain amount of notice that they have to give you, in that case 10 days. And once they do that, they can suspend your benefits. They can also stop your benefits when you go back to work. If you're receiving temporary total disability benefits and you go back to work, those benefits are going to stop because you're no longer out of work as a result of your injury. Now, if you're making less money, you may start receiving temporary partial disability benefits. Or if you're making as much as you were before you got hurt, your benefits may stop completely. They can also stop your benefits in some situations when you refuse to return to the doctor. And also when they offer you a suitable job and you refuse to go and do that. Now, there's some special rules about those two situations. So it's not always a situation where they can stop your benefits just because you refuse to go to a doctor's appointment or because they've mentioned a job to you and maybe you don't show up. And I'm not going to get into all those here, but those are a couple of the situations where they might be able to stop your benefits. Now, let's move from the wage loss benefits to the permanent partial disability benefits and talk about when those benefits might stop. Permanent partial disability benefits, once they start getting paid, are generally limited as to how long you can receive them. They're based on the rating that the doctor gives you. That rating determines how long you're going to get benefits. And the rating can be to different parts of your body, and I won't get into all the specifics of the different types of ratings here, but generally, the higher the rating, the more weeks of benefits you'll receive. And I've talked about how long those benefits last in other videos and in blog articles that are on our website, which is www.perkinslawtalk.com. So if you want more information about how long those benefits last, I'd recommend looking at those. But once those permanent partial disability benefits are paid, they should stop. The insurance company will generally file a Form WC-2 notifying you that your benefits are stopping because they've been paid out. You could get further permanent partial disability benefits in the future if you got an increased rating, but otherwise they'll stop and the insurance company will be done paying those. I hope you found this information today helpful. If you have, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up or by commenting on it. If you'd like more information about when your workers' compensation checks can stop, some of the particular situations I've discussed in this video, or just workers' compensation in general, feel free to reach out to me and set up a free consultation. You can do that on our website, www.perkinslawtalk.com. You can submit a consultation request form there, or you can call our office at the phone number that's on the screen and we'll set up a consultation for you. Thanks for watching today, and I wish you the best of luck as you recover from your injury.